friends, hello and welcome back. Hopefully everyone is having a lovely day. Don't mind me just looking at this beautiful Johnny Gaudreau fantasy hockey card. But we're gonna go over week 2's fantasy hockey players. We already did week 1's fantasy hockey players. We're gonna go over the week 2 fantasy hockey players we think have a chance of going to a 99 overall. And just straight off the bat, honestly, I mean, there's some nice names. There's some really nice names, but I just don't feel as confident in some of these going to a 99 as other ones. Like Bouchard's a brilliant example of a guy that can just go off because he plays on that power play, with McDavid and Draisaitl, and he's put up 8 to 12 goals the last 2 seasons, but they give him a 70, so he needs to put 15 goals still, so it'll be 17 on the season. I mean, if they gave him a lower rub, like, wow, okay, yeah, hit him up real quickly. The same could be said about who should we talk about? Let's talk about now. Let's go. Let's take a look at a lot of the players just in general. Kind of share some thoughts with everybody. Kind of what we're thinking here. Do what you will with it. There are 3 players I think I feel really good about hitting the 99 this particular week. Or having a solid chance. Benier's an old one. I still like him. Barzel, Theodore, Barzel again, Benier's again. Lafreniere is really expensive. Well, he can hold that up. We shall see. Thomas Hertl is an old one. Rasmus Anderson's an interesting one. I'm not really eyeing too much there. Byram can go off at any point down with that young talented defenseman that he is. There's just not a lot of these up right now. Boldy is the player we are going to be hoping and cheering. And Boldy's not a bad option. I mean, Boldy's got the potential to put up the goals. But the thing that concerns me with Boldy is he doesn't shoot a lot, but we do have to remember he is 22 and he's proven he can put up 28 goals in a season. So I think Boldy's you'll play the growth game, and I do like some Boldy here. A lot of people do like the Boldy based on that price. We'll take a look at the price here. So I said 3 players. I actually do like Boldy as well. Boldy is 580k, 600k, so he's a little bit expensive. But let's start with who I think is probably the lock of all locks. Like, if there's one player that's an absolute lock, it's JT Miller. JT Miller is a 72. He needs 27 more goals this season. He's been 32 goals each of the last 2 seasons. He's well over a point per game last season, or a point per game the season before. He's been very good. Ever since coming to the Vancouver Canucks, playing around those players, Pettersson and the boys over there, he has flourished and he's played great. And I think we see that out of JT once again. I mean, again, he's got the chance to rip them all off quickly, but I feel really good about JT hitting that 99. That's a guy whose card right now is 72 plus 27, so 14-ish. He give you about a 93 on the speed. He's got the face-off perk, so he'd give you he'd max out on the draws. That'd be sick. The shot would be maxed out. That would be sick. I mean, it's a really nice card that JT Miller is. Let's go back to Columbus. Let's talk about Johnny Gaudreau. Now, Johnny Gaudreau is this year's Matt Duchene, or he is this year's James Neal. These guys that put up goals after goals and hit that 99 so quickly. Johnny Gaudreau has all that potential in the world, and that is why EA gave him a 70. The problem with Johnny Gaudreau is much like those guys. He could drop an absolute egg and drop 20 goals this season. Johnny Gaudreau has been just that. He's been a 20-goal scorer, and he's been a 40-goal scorer. Johnny Gaudreau could go out there and pot 20 to the Blue Jackets this season, or he could pop 40. If he pots 40, I mean, you're talking about a 90 overall with that kind of speed. A 93 speed as a 90 overall, by the end of December. And that's a really good card. If he pots them 40, again, you're talking January, February, where he could be that 99 overall. And we're talking about a guy that would have, what is that, 29, 30, 50, about a 98, 798 speed. Now, he is a little bit smaller, but if you're buying these players to invest, the more goals he scores and the quicker he scores them. Johnny Gaudreau's that kind of guy. Johnny Gaudreau is the definition of, high risk, high reward here. Let's go on over to, and that's what a lot of these are, with the exception of JT Miller. Let's go on over to Matthew Barzal. Barzal currently is real expensive. Barzal, now here's the interesting thing with Barzal. He's really not factored in to be a 99. EA does not have him accounted to be a 99. Barzal historically has been a guy that finishes in the mid-teens when it comes to goals every single season. He needs 20 goals. He needs 21 goals to get a 99 overall. And he's been stuck in the mid-teens. The thing with Barzel is he needs that, but I mean, he can score 10 goals and have a 95 speed and 88 overall and have a card that you could use the entire year. Barzel's got that great, amazing flow. I mean, you dang near use him now with that speed on the team. You want him to score a couple, of course. And the other thing with Barzel is he's had a problem staying healthy. You can look at that in two ways. You can say, okay, well, he's got a huge risk of getting injured this season and costing you and not even playing half the season, which is not good for your team. But on the flip side, say, hey, if he can stay healthy, I think he easily hits the 20 goals. So I do like Barzel. I do like him a lot. And that's the way to play is that if he can stay healthy and he's got a good floor on him. Nonetheless, that wraps it up. That's our 3 players. Love you guys' thoughts. If you found the video helpful, I'd appreciate you liking the video, just subscribing. You never have to. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.